Hi, I'm Rebecca of Element Society.
And I am Steve of Element Society. And we are coming on here because we wanted to talk really briefly about our February 17th meet that we have posted on our Facebook page and our Instagram page. And we want to clarify a few things that came up based on some information that came out for some videos and other posts. February 17th event that we set up, our effort as Element Society to organize the Element community to go to the Cars, Bikes, and Coffee event at the American Honda Collection Hall, which is American Honda's Torrance, California location. This is their meet that we're going to, and we are trying to get everybody from the Element community involved and to come out to support that meet and to show Honda that we are very passionate about our elements and that we will show up in force.
So we're going to next talk about the thing that prompted this February meet, and I'll let Steve go into that a little bit more.
Last month we attended the second American Honda Collection Hall event in December of 2023. That was a last minute thing for us, and we put out a quick event invite to other people in the Element community. And it was very short notice, but the team showed up and there were 12 vehicles show up for that. And while we were there, I had the pleasure of meeting a couple of the designers that worked on the elements during production. They worked specifically on the MMC, which is the minor model change, which we know as the 2009 to 2011 years of the Honda Element. We went into some details as to why they made some of the design changes that they decided to do. But while I was having that conversation with them, one of them mentioned that it was great to see the Element community come out and be so enthusiastic, and they were checking out the build outs that everybody had.
They were even excited that like the community even exists, and that there's a large community behind the Honda Element. So that was really nice to hear from them.
Yeah, and more specifically, they mentioned like it would be great if we could have a larger representation of Honda Elements at the next meet, and to come out again and try to bring as many people as we could from the Honda Element community. And so that's what we're trying to do for the February 17th meet, is to organize the community a little better and really get the numbers out there, because they mentioned that Honda responds well to consumer feedback, and we are a very passionate group, and so we would definitely love to give our feedback that we are all looking for, a new element, and definitely to keep supporting, making parts for us.
I think that's like one thing they mentioned. Like, I was gonna say his name, but I'm not gonna say his name. But like he said, he asked you like, is it hard to find parts? Like,
right. He definitely asked like how our market is in terms of like finding replacement parts and OEM replacement parts, and if that was going okay. So he was very interested in talking with us, and I was able to introduce our group and our community, and he was very excited to hear that we had such a large and passionate group. So what we're trying to do is really organize ourselves a little better this time, so we can help everybody prepare and also get you guys to come out with us. And we had a couple questions come up about the meet, so I'm going to let Rebecca take this one. So you want to go with our first question?
Yeah, so the first question that we received was that, is this a Honda Element specific meet? And to answer that, very straightforward, no, it's not a Honda Element specific meet, meaning that there will not just be Honda Elements, there will be other Hondas and non-Honda makes and models as well. So I want people to be prepared, like there's going to be other people that are not Honda Element owners, but we still encourage you to come out and show up and show your representation for the Honda Element community. So that kind of answers that question. The second question we received is, do I have to RSVP? Yes, RSVPing is very important, and you can find the event on the Facebook. That is where the event is, and that's where we are doing RSVPs. And the reason why we are doing RSVPs is because we are currently in contact with Honda. And I'm going to let Steve touch base on that.
Yeah, so I currently am speaking with one of the designers that we had the pleasure of speaking to at the last meet, and what we are trying to do is we are trying to secure a space for the head count that we get for the Facebook event. And the Facebook event link is in the description below. So if you are going to come, like, please RSVP to that so we can have the head count, the accurate head count that we need to give to Honda. So hopefully they can section off an area of the parking lot, and that's going to have a couple of benefits for us. As of right now, the rally point is still in place until we get confirmation and until we can give them that head count once we're a little closer to the event. But right now the event says that our rally point is at 7 a.m. So we're going to meet at a nearby Walmart because it allows the parking that we would need to support whoever's going to come out. And then we would roll out shortly from there so we could pull in as a group to the Cars, Bikes, and Coffee event, because as of right now what they do is they park you based on entrance. So if we all enter together, we all get parked together, but if we enter separately, there's no guarantee that we're going to be able to park together. Last time we were fortunate enough to have a group of 10 elements that were with us, but we were able to tell them that we had a couple of people that were going to join us because we knew about it, and so they were kind enough to help us reserve a spot for, I think Stephen showed up and Kyle showed up late.
Right, so we had two. We told one of the attendants if we can get 2 cones for the 2 individuals that were going to come after.
Really what we're trying to do is we're trying to make it a little easier. So if we get that section to ourselves that's saved for the head count that we have, then we also wouldn't have to have the rally point, which means that everybody gets to show up a little later and gets to sleep in a little bit more before they have to drive to the rally point, which is more comfortable for everybody.
Right. But we will state that at the Walmart there is a Starbucks, so
yes.
If you need coffee before the meet, there's a Starbucks at this Walmart location.
Right, so RSVP to the link to the event. That's going to be super helpful for us, and we're going to be able to give them a better head count.
So the third question kind of is in addition to the second question. Someone asked, like, if I roll in at a 10, will there be a spot for me? And we can't really guarantee that. Like, when we roll in and if let's say we roll in with 20 and we say, like, hey, we have another 5 or 6 that are coming, they'll probably, like, section off that area like they did last time with the 2. But we can't promise that, we can't guarantee, which is really why we're very focused on you RSVPing, and hopefully we can stay in contact with Honda, and hopefully they give us that RSVP section. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
So another question that we received as well is the collection hall free? And yes, so the collection hall, this whole meet specifically is free. The Cars, Bikes, and Coffee with the American Honda Collection Hall is free. Their entry to the hall, to the collection hall, is free. They do have a free coffee section, and then they do have a Starbucks inside the hall. They will have vendors, merch vendors of Honda specific and non-Honda specific. And then they did have food trucks.
They also have competition vehicles, Honda competition vehicles. So they had some Rebel Rally passports and pilots last time, and then they had a Baja Ridgeline, and they had a few competition race cars. They had a Grand Prix NSX pace car.
And their drivers.
And the drivers, so we got to talk to a bunch of the drivers and how they set up their cars and how it is running those classes. And then inside the collection hall it's essentially a museum of modern and vintage Honda, both from their motorcycles, their ATVs, their cars, their generators, a bunch of Honda products. Last time they had the new Honda Prelude concept on showcase there, which was really cool to see. So fingers crossed that we get to see another cool display at the collection hall this time. I'm really hoping that they're going to bring out the new electric zero emission vehicles that they just unveiled at CES. But we don't know. Yeah. We don't know. The main thing is that, like, there's a lot of cool cars, there's cool people, and there's going to be elements this time for sure. There's going to be a good number of elements.
Yeah. The other thing is that all the information, anyone that we've mentioned, we will link them below. We will put the date, the information. You can find the flyer. The flyer is also posted in the community section of our YouTube channel, so you can find that there. There is a link there already, but we can provide all the other information below. And then if you have any specific questions or concerns about anything, please reach out either to our Instagram at element.society, our Facebook at Element Society, or you can also find us on our personal pages, which is Rebecca Burciaga. I will put that information as well below, and Stephen Camardella.
Yeah. So please, if you're going to make it out there, like, please RSVP. We will do our best to secure a spot for all of us elements to park together. Hopefully we'll see some familiar faces out there. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing Joseph from Element 44 out there, and Miguel from Element Lifestyle, and Stephen Aldaco. We're hoping to see all of them out there again to join us again for this time around. And you know, if you can't make it to the meet, I'm sure that Miguel from Element Lifestyle or Stephen Aldaco show up this time again. They'll give us some great YouTube coverage, so you'll be able to follow along. Yeah. We'll be going live like we did at the last meet, so you'll be able to take a sneak peek of how it ended up and where we're placed. And if you have any questions for some designers or some accessories marketing guys that we might run into like we did last time, go ahead and throw them our way, and we'll see what we can do. We learned some really interesting things last time. We'll share that information in a later video. But if you have any specific questions you want us to ask, like, please let us know in the comments. Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's it. So we really hope to see you guys there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. We're gonna see some cool Honda stuff. There's gonna be plenty of Moto Compactos riding around, and Groms and things like that. Yeah. So come hang out. We'll be glad to see you.
All right, see you guys.
Bye, guys.